Logo, a two-tone blue infinity symbol next to the word Meta. A white man plays a keyboard with his right hand and an electric guitar with his left.
You know that kind of stuff? There's all kinds of fun stuff you could do with that. I was born blind.
He sits at the keyboard and has shoulder-length curly blonde hair and his face is stubbled.
There's pictures of me playing jazz before I could walk. No kid wants to be different. We spend very early part of our lives trying to fit into things and the rest of our lives trying to stand out.
I like to describe my vision as an out-of-focus camera.
A white woman paints on a canvas.
I can see most shapes and colors, but they're very blurry. But the one thing I was able to do is this art.
I was born legally blind. I have a condition called albinism. It's a lack of pigment in my skin, hair, and eyes.
A woman sits next to a man on a sofa. She has pale skin and dark blonde hair. He is black and wears dark sunglasses.
And because I lack pigment in my retinas, it affects my vision.
Myself, I was born legally blind from birth. I have an eye condition called optic nerve hypoplasia, and I have no central vision. So I see from the sides of my eyes turn when I'm trying to look at different things.
I've always had a large following on Facebook, and Facebook Live gave people a chance to really see what I do. I've been a working musician since I was very, very young, and so to not have a gig to go to felt strange. It gave me a place to go to and a reason to be there and a reason to play for people, and I found a lot of people kept showing up. They would write things in the comments and we would do them, and just that simple. And it doesn't get more personal of a concert than that.
A wall filled with pastel-colored paintings.
I use Instagram to share my art.
She holds up her phone.
Open Instagram.
Instagram.
When I post, I use the accessibility features so that I can be as inclusive as possible. When I post a photo, I type up a description of the photo and add it to alternative text. Because these descriptions can be spoken out loud to people like me who use screen readers, it makes my photos accessible.
Watercolor portrait of a crying woman with green skin and pink hair. She has a cupcake wrapper around her neck.
For photos that don't have them, Meta automatically generates basic photo descriptions on Instagram and Facebook called Automatic Alt Text, or AAT. We need to know that these options are out there and why we're even using them in the first place.
Dark mode reverses the colors on screen so it's not so bright. It also increases the contrast, making it easier to read. This is super for people who are light sensitive.
Like I like to say, there's a whole world in between being fully sighted and being totally blind.
He holds his phone close.
That's why it's very important for people to just understand people with a visual impairment and just disabilities in general, instead of trying to categorize us all as one and put us in a box.
A Facebook dashboard says Jennifer Renee Rhodes, first beauty influencer with albinism.
I run my business completely on social media through Facebook Business. I have a business page for it on Instagram as well. The idea came from a private group that I have on Facebook, which is called Albinism Beauty Chat. All women with albinism from around the world, over 2,000 members. A lot of brands don't really have colors that match us.
A photo of her with long curly blonde hair, shimmering magenta and gold eyeshadow and lipstick, and long bright blonde eyelashes on her closed eyes.
I created a blind eyelash, and I'm a visual artist, so I designed like a little cartoon picture of a girl with albinism and printed it on the package. And
the word ivory, IVORE, is below the cartoon girl with pale skin. Another photo shows 4 boxes of lashes, each with a different version of the girl on the front with different skin and hair colors.
I shared it on Instagram, and it shared to Facebook, and it went viral from Facebook.
If Instagram didn't have the accessibility features that it did, I wouldn't be able to use it. And I wouldn't be able to share my story with the people that I want to share my story with, because they wouldn't be able to consume my content either.
Meeting people via social media is a great way to find out how extraordinary everybody is. That life is extraordinary. that the everyday things we do make us so much more alike and connected. You can really tell a lot about somebody by what they choose to share.
She sits on her bed. The wall behind her is filled with paintings of mostly bright pinks, purples, and pale blues.
We are slowly moving into a time where things feel more possible. It's my dream that people with any disability, but especially with blindness,
She paints details on a canvas in light blue.
know that they are capable of anything they want to do, but especially self-expression, whether that's painting, whether that's music, dance, fashion and hair and makeup. Happiness is accessible, joy is accessible, self-expression is accessible, and most importantly, healing is accessible.
Logo, Meta.